Hi, Zeus here. Up at Gold Tier, the Laser Rangers are the meta, and I wanted to show you some of the Leaderboard Combat that I had with them. So I'm going for my level 17 boss battle here on the first try, and I'm on a 6 of the last 7 win streak since I adopted a new strategy with 3 Laser Rangers, 3 Bombardiers, 1 Rifleman, and 1 Grenadier with Kavan second wind. And this particular base has 4 critter cannons on the beach along with mortars. It's trying to make a very hot reception for anybody that lands there. But if you throw down a group, one boat of riflemen to distract them, and then on a delayed basis throw down your bombardiers and your laser rangers, you can shred the initial defense. The laser rangers are particularly effective against the critter cannons because as they kill the critters that are thrown to the critter cannons, they also kill everything behind the critters, and they ultimately destroy the critter cannons and help the bombardiers behind them and the riflemen not get distracted by the critters because they kill the critters faster. So this is going really well, and at 3 minutes I've almost beaten his base. Now I've got a little bit of cleanup. It's going to take a while because one of the downsides of Laser Rangers is they do die pretty easily. They don't pack as much offensive punch as, say, a group of bombardiers. And of course, in this layout, I've got 3 boats of bombardiers at 238, very good time. Let's see how my opponent's doing. Well, he's at 252, but he's got a long way to go on my base, and he's got no troops addressing the far right engine and boom cannon there, so he's going to lose. Which is super cool, because just won my level 17 gold tier boss battle. So the reason why the critter cannons are so effective is that they distract the riflemen and the bombardiers, and the pace at which the critters are thrown out essentially can freeze or greatly slow down a group of troops that just have riflemen and bombardiers. Now, there are ways to put your riflemen in smoke, and then once the critter cannons have nothing to shoot at, you can make significant progress by having the bombardiers take out the critter cannons at a distance. But if you don't have any gunboat energy for smoke, it's a big problem. So anyway, critter cannons are a big problem, and the Laser Rangers are the solution. So I'm going to show you some of the battles I had in this win streak. I won 7 of the last 8 once I switched the troop loadout. And the times are pretty consistent. This one was 236. Now, this base is a little bit different to attack. It's got the group of defenses and the engine off to the far right that you really can't get at unless you either throw down some troops on a delayed basis or you just come at them last, which of course is going to slow you down. Now here I'm using a whole bunch of smoke to protect my riflemen from critter cannons, flamethrowers, and machine guns. And at this point, my troops will begin to drift to the left and to the right and start to take out the engines and defenses on the far right and the far left. And at the end here I did a flare Hail Mary because one boom cannon isn't going to kill very many troops on the way to destroying the last engine. Now this attack's a little faster, 239. And the way to approach a base like this is just to land all in one spot and let the Laser Rangers do their magic. They're very good at attacking concentrated bases if you put them in one point, and then they start to flare out in every direction across the entire base. So because landing there ultimately got my troops immediately attacking the far right engine. This time was a little bit faster than the others, but you can see that this strategy is pretty consistent in this range of 230 to 239, which is fast enough to win nearly every battle at this level. Now this was 230, a little bit slower, but my opponent didn't even finish my base. The base design that I have is actually quite challenging. Many players can't complete the base, so it's a good design. Feel free to copy it if you want. This attack didn't go as well on the right because there really wasn't a lot of troops that went there. I just had one bombardier trying to take down the whole side, but he failed on the boom cannon there, so another Hail Mary ends this one.
One eternity later.
So that attack was one of the two slowest of the ones I'm going to show you. The other one was also against an opponent who was unable to complete my base. Again, 230 on this one. And this arrangement of my opponent is a bit unusual in that he doesn't have an engine to the right. And with these laser rangers, that would usually give me the ability to beat this base for a pretty fast time usually, except that the way that he had his mine set up was pretty effective. And unfortunately, my grenadiers didn't randomly knock down a whole bunch of those mines, so I lost a lot of troops along the way. Didn't have a lot of firepower here at the end, and it just took a while to finish cleaning up the base. So I'm not going to show you this battle because I failed pretty badly. Ended up with 3 engines and 3 boom cannons and no troops at the end. It wasn't one of my better efforts, though I have to say I think his base design was pretty clever. Here's a base where the defenses are pretty evenly spread out across the whole base, and looking at where the defenses were on the beach, the single point of entry that I chose for the laser rangers this time was actually on the far left, which is a little bit different from what I've been showing you. So I wanted to show you this attack, and it was pretty fast at 237. And another Hail Mary finishes this base. Again, it really doesn't matter that there's a machine gun there and a boom cannon. They're not going to kill that many troops. Now here's a good view of my base if you want to copy it. And let me show you the tech tree that I was using when I was doing these attacks. So I've maxed everything that I've opened out except for smoke, grenadiers, and flares. Really tempted to open that medkit node, but I know that's going to slow me down later from achieving greater success in the game, so I'm just going to do without. I've not opened the rocket chopper or bullet, haven't upgraded tanks. And looking forward into 4 engines, I'm going to wait until I can get the shock blaster before I open up 4 engines. And really there's nothing else there that I want, because the Zuka then gets you immediately to the 5th engine. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We've got over 150 videos of great Boom Beach content. And please take the time to give this video a like, and thanks as always to Hercules for help with the video editing.